What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. And a big shout out to everybody who watches me on Odyssey, by the way. I never do shout you guys out. I have a channel on Odyssey. Maybe I should leave the link in the description so you see that. I also have a channel on Rumble. I usually save the Rumble content for conspiracy stuff and everything like that, which I haven't been on for a while, but I'm going to start doing that again. But big shout out to everybody who watches me across these platforms or who follow me on Twitter. I really do appreciate you guys so much because YouTube does not do me justice at all. So big shout out to everybody who follows me. Much love to you. All right, guys, listen, you might have seen me on other streams where I was talking about my views on the upcoming Cassian AndOr series on Disney Plus. It's going to be dropping on September 21st, I believe. And when I first saw the trailer, my first impressions were, okay, this looks good. I see a story here. I see, it looks good, just the whole look of it and everything. But what I said was, ultimately, and this has been my criticism about everything that Disney Star Wars has done. Ultimately, the question is it Star Wars? Is it what I personally come to Star Wars for? Personally, I like to have fun with my Star Wars. I like fantasy. I like something that feels larger than life, something that can be silly at times, something you can watch with the whole family. So when I see something that looks like particularly grounded or cynical or dark or something like that, and I mean dark as in like there's just no hope in it at all, because all of these IPs that we watch, whether it's Star Trek, Star Wars, a lot of it is based around the idea of optimism, of hope, and things like that. So that's part of what I look for. So the question was, is it Star Wars? Well, for the most part, to me, it hasn't been. Whether you can enjoy it or not, that's not even a question. So all people come in here wanting to argue about it. Listen, fucking like it if you want to. But that's not even what my issue is. My issue is it staying true to the original vision of what this whole thing is supposed to be in the first place? What I come to these things for, personally. Okay, so that's all I can do is speak for myself, right? So anyway, what we have here is an article in comicbook.com in which we finally have some honesty from one of these showrunners, from one of these producers, who is basically saying that we don't give a shit about Star Wars and that's the audience that we want. Doesn't it feel good? The truth shall set you free. You know what I'm saying? But this is what this person is actually saying. So let's get into this, guys, because like I said, comicbook.com, I will leave the link in the pinned comment below. And the headline says, Star Wars AndOr showrunner series. Star Wars AndOr showrunner says series appeals to audiences even if they don't give a shit about the franchise. You heard right, even though I might have fluffed it. Star Wars AndOr showrunner says series appeals to audiences even if they don't give a shit about Star Wars. Finally, some truth, some honesty. Is such a lonely word, right? But here he is, right? So let's go down to the actual quote from this man, because you guys know this is about Diego Luna's return as AndOr, or as I like to call him, Conjunction Man, because there you have and or conjunction junction. What's your function? Ripping off Star Wars and making some money. Conjunction. Okay, so anyway. It says here, Tony Gilroy, who co-wrote Rogue One, is serving as the showrunner for AndOr. Gilroy recently had a chat with Variety and talked about some original ideas for the series, which is good, originality is good, and explained why there won't be any fan service. In fact, Gilroy told the outlet that folks don't need to be Star Wars fans to enjoy the show. All right, that's the blueprint, guys. By the way, I've always said fan service is not a bad thing, okay? I'm a fan. I expect to be serviced. I'm paying my money. So why not? I'm not saying you have to just do some condescension, and just do a bunch of condescending bullshit. No, nobody appreciates that. But yeah, you should consider what your fans, the customers, want, right? It's just like going to a restaurant and ordering something. I expect to be serviced. Service me. And anyway, Tony Gilroy says, you should be able to watch the show and not give a shit about Star Wars ever, or have ever seen any Star Wars, Gilroy explained. This show should work on its own, he added. The hope, the dream, is that really hardcore Star Wars communities will embrace this show in a new way. So he's saying, we hope you guys who actually do care about Star Wars like it, but ultimately, we don't give a shit about you because we don't give a shit about Star Wars because we're trying to court people who don't give a shit about Star Wars. This is the way that you're marketing this upcoming show. The hope, the dream, is that the really hardcore Star Wars community will embrace the show in a new way. That they'll be thrilled to have someone come in and completely uncynically get down molecularly in their world and treat it like a real thing. Okay, on the face of it, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like I said, there's two ways of looking at this. It's not a bad thing to want to do something new, to want to challenge others to do something new. That's what they said Roundhead butt-face Ryan Johnson was trying to do, right? But when you surgically remove the love for Star Wars, the love for what is actually supposed to be, that is where you will fail. When you just blatantly say no fan service whatsoever, you're basically telling me that you don't care about the lore, you don't care about continuity, and a lot of people don't. There are a lot of people out here who say, yeah, we're sick of this, let's see something new. That's fine, but you have to also take into consideration the passion of your fans. You have to take into consideration the honesty of your story, the context of your story. You can't have one without the other. You can't have the story without having love, passion, knowledge for what the story is actually coming from what it's supposed to be, and how it fits into the history of this world that you're trying to relate to us. He goes on to say, I wanted to do it about real people. Here we go again. Gilroy said of the show's story, they've made all this IP about the royal family in essence, and of course he's talking about the Skywalkers, specifically Luke, specifically Darth Vader. I've never seen something where you can bring somebody on board for Star Wars and be proud to be anti-Skywalker. How does that work? It's like working at McDonald's and saying that I really hate Big Macs, you know what I'm saying? But and I hate Ronald McDonald, even better. I hate Ronald McDonald. I hate the Golden Archers, everything this thing stands for. But I'm going to continue to try to bring you McDonald's. It doesn't make any sense. All right. So they've made all this IP about the royal family in essence. It's been great, but there's a billion other beings in the galaxy. There's plumbers and cosmeticians. Of course, people always go to watch Star Wars to see plumbers and cosmeticians. I mean, this is kind of like what the thought was behind Star Trek Lower Decks. All right, now I've not seen it. You guys can like it, but they sold it as being like, well, what's going on below, like away from the bridge and all of that stuff. All right, you can say that you want to see it and everything, but that's not what made these things iconic. That's not what made them classic. I don't care about the plumbers in the Star Wars universe. All right, that's how we ended up getting Finn. You know what I'm saying? It's like he should have been iconic. He should have been larger than life. But what did they make him? They made him a maintenance man. And that was somehow supposed to be acceptable. That was groundbreaking. So anyway, there's plumbers and cosmeticians, journalists. What are their lives like? The revolution is affecting them just as much as anybody else. But you know what? They're rolling over. Most of the time when you talk about average people and they're being affected by a revolution, a lot of them are just rolling over, just going along to get along and things like that. It only gets interesting when somebody stands up and becomes a hero. That's what I'm talking about. We don't want to see something necessarily about average people. But anyway, why not use the Star Wars canon as a host organism for absolutely realistic, passionate, dramatic storytelling? Okay, so you want to use the Star Wars canon as a host organism for realistic, passionate, dramatic storytelling. You want to use them as a host. What does that make you? It makes you a parasite. And you know what? There are too many parasites in Star Wars and Star Trek and Doctor Who and all of the things that we love. Definitely Lord of the Rings. It's like enough. This is not here to be a host organism for you. And I'm not saying that the show wouldn't be good. But what I've been saying from the very beginning is it Star Wars? It's like the thing with Black Panther and Wakanda Forever. I'm not saying that it won't be good. The question is it the Black Panther story? And it's not. They're changing it into something else. And this is basically what this man is saying in this refreshingly honest take on what he's doing. They're trying to court people who don't give a single shit about Star Wars. And let me tell you, how is that a good thing? How is that a good thing for those of us who actually love this? I mean, it is refreshing that he's honest. I'll give it that. So also, this guy had been behind the Bourne movies, and he was saying that he had been trying to get people to make an acoustic action movie because action movies had gotten so bombastic in the 80s, they were just enormous. So when Bourne came along, we went down to nothing. It was about making it real, keeping someone you really understand and really care about in a place that you understand the geography of, with stakes as much is much more involving than a guy on a train with 15 machine guns and a helicopter coming down, or taking a little shot at Bruce Willis and Die Hard. Don't like it. The aesthetic, that idea does carry over to AndOr, because we're on the ground with these people, so that everything we do has an intimacy, an acoustic nature to it, with the grandeur of Star Wars. Okay. So basically, there you have it. That's the end of what Tony Gilroy, the showrunner for AndOr, the Conjunction Man, had to say about his upcoming series. He wants it to appeal to people who don't give a shit about Star Wars. And like I said, I do applaud his honesty, but this is what we've been dealing with from the very beginning, guys. This was the blueprint. This was the end game for them all along. This is the reason why so many of us long-time fans feel like we've been like isolated. We've been, like just disowned from this whole thing, because they're looking for a larger audience. It doesn't mean that the show won't be good, but ultimately, will it be Star Wars? All right. And if it is Star Wars, it's a new iteration of Star Wars. It's something that is totally like not what it was. They've transformed it, and that can't be your objective, to appeal to people who don't give a shit about this and think that you're going to continue to serve and honor the legacy of George Lucas. It doesn't work that way, at least not to me. But you guys let me know how you feel about it. You can get in the comment section and let me know. Like, share, subscribe, and thanks for listening, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.